You know, I've been seeing everybody, like last week, what do we all do, right? We posted our New Year's resolutions, and we all know the top three is what? Lose weight, make more money, and stress. And I was talking to one of the things I share with people a lot of times is what happens when we set a goal, and how many times have you set a goal and you're excited about it? I mean, you're psyched. You've got the whole picture in your mind. You've done the goal board. You've done, if it's maybe losing weight, you've gone out and bought all this new food. If it's maybe setting a goal for a vacation, you've got all the brochures, what have you. And then as you're doing it, sometimes it stops feeling right. You know, sometimes you're like, I don't know that I should be doing this anymore. And that can happen sometimes within an hour, but sometimes it's in a week or two. And then when you run into an obstacle, your first thought is, you know, I'm not sure if I want to do it. And something happens inside, and maybe you're feeling tense. You don't feel at peace. And we tend to think that, you know, maybe even God is talking to us and saying, this isn't what you should be doing right now. You know what? I don't really think that's it at all. Let me tell you something that I've learned through my goal setting. And right now for me, I've set a pretty good goal. My company just announced a trip to Greece, and it's one of those things I've always wanted to do. It's one of my bucket list trips. So I set a goal to earn that, and that's huge. That means my business is going to have to quadruple. That's massive. And I'll tell you what's going on for me and what happens with a lot of people when they set a goal. And it's this, like, what is my orange rubber band got to do with a goal? Whenever you set a goal, you get something what's known as creative tension, and it's like this rubber band gets stretched like this. And what happens is your subconscious says, I don't know that I like this. We've never done this before. I don't think this is you. I don't think we've been to that place. I don't think we can grow that business like that. You know, I don't know if I'm going to really like it if I'm a size 8 instead of a size 18. Or whatever. And when we have that creative tension, there's only one of two ways to resolve it. And I'll tell you, this is why, by the way, the first way I'm going to show you is why most people's New Year's resolutions are pretty much done by the end of January, and why after a time they don't even want to set them anymore. And that's this. When we've got this tension, and if you don't know about creative tension, you're going to think that you're just not at peace. That stress you're feeling is really the universe or God or somebody telling you not to do it. And so you'll step back and say, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good year to do that travel. Maybe what we should be doing instead is setting aside money for something else. And you come back. Or you say, you know what? I do need to lose weight, but I've got so many big events and so much travel. Probably would be easier if I did it another time. And you step back again. Or what you'll do is you'll say, you know what? I really wanted to build that business, but you know what? It's not a good time because of what the kids have got going on. And you keep stepping back, and what happens? Tension's resolved. I feel so much better. You know what? I did make the right decision not to follow through on that goal, except you shortchanged yourself. You don't have the reasons why you set that goal probably haven't changed at all. And you've misunderstood. And this happens a lot. You misunderstood that tension. Instead of as a growth tension, you've understood it as a no, don't do this tension. There's another way you can resolve that tension. And sometimes, like the goal I've set, it's like I've got a bunch of rubber bands. I mean, I'm really stretched and tense. So what can you do? How about you do this? Let's use the travel example. You set a goal to travel, and you say, you know what? If I cut out the Starbucks, I'm just picking on that right now, I'm going to have even more money for that trip. And you know what? If I do this next step, I'm going to have more. I'm going to be able to get closer and closer and closer. And the tension resolved, only now it's resolved because you've achieved that goal. You've made that change in your direction in your life. You've worked hard, you've gotten it, and that's where the peace can come from. I am going to make up a little caveat, so just pretend there's like an asterisk. And that is this. If you're like me and you've set a lot of goals in your life, and for whatever reason you didn't make them happen, and I'm not talking about extenuating circumstances because that gets in our way too, but a lot of times when we get closer to that goal, and instead of it releasing, the tension increases. And that's because our subconscious, we've trained it not to achieve a goal. And I'm going to tell you, when that happens, keep pushing. Keep pushing. For me, it's going to be keep pushing for Greece, keep pushing to build my business. There's a lot of reasons that I want to do that. But I really wanted to share with you all about the rubber band, about creative tension, because I want to see you achieve what you want in your life. Those goal changes that you want are going to make a difference for yourself, for your family, and maybe for somebody else in the world. So keep at it. Don't let your subconscious psych you out. Keep pushing towards your goals. God bless.